Good morning, everyone. This is Rahul Sharma, Vedic practitioner from Chicago. Today, I will be releasing my video number 139, Vedic Aarti in Sanskrit. But then, what does it mean? How does it apply to our life? And how does it really benefit by doing every single day? And of course, this Vedic Aarti is not like a routine Hindi Aarti which you all do. That's the true shortest Aarti Gurudev has promoted in Karamkand Bhaskar, and page 67 this Aarti is there, and I do it every single day. I started feeling the benefit of it, but after I start understanding the meaning of it. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my understanding from the Gurudev's perspective. So let's go through it. So the Aarti, the way it starts is Om Yam Brahma Vedanta Vido Vadanti Paramam Pradhanam Purusham Tathane Vishwadgate Karanamishwaram Va Tasmai Namo Vegna Vinashanai Om Yam Brahma Vani Indrutru Marutah Istunvante Divyastavai Vedai Sangapatkramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana tatkaten manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantum na vidhu surasura Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Wonderful Aarti, wonderful notation, but unless we really understand the true meaning of it, we will not be able to get the most out of it. So let's first understand in Hindi. जिन्हें ब्रह्मवेता और वेदांत के ज्ञाता प्रथम परम प्रधान पुरुष कहते हैं, विच इज नथिंग बट गॉड, तथा अन्य लोग जिन्हें संसार का कारण ईश्वर या प्रकृति कहते हैं, नेचुरल फोर्सेस, उन विघ्नों का नाश करने वाले गणेश को नमस्कार है, जिनकी स्तुति ब्रह्मा, वरुण, इंद्र, रुद्र और मरुदगण दिव्य स्तुतियों से करते हैं, जिनका गान सामवेद के गायक वेदों, अंगों, पदक्रम और उपनिषदों के साथ करते हैं, ध्यान में स्थित मन से योगी जिन्हें और जिनका अंत देवता असुर जानते, उन देव को नमस्कार है. This is the true meaning of this Aarti. Now, for people who understand Gujarati, you can read in here, but meanwhile I will explain in English. So the salutation to Lord Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles, who is described by the knowers of Brahman and Vedanta as the supreme being and primordial person, and whom others call the cause of universe, the Lord or the nature. He who is praised with divine hymns by Brahma, Varun, Indra, Rudra and the Maruto. He who is sung by the singers of Samved through the Vedas, word sequences and the Upanishad. He whom the yogis perceive with minds absorbed in deep meditation. He whose end is not known even by the gods and demons. Salutation to that divine being. Okay. So now all those things are again translation word by word from Sanskrit to Hindi to English. But how does it really matter to us? What is for us to understand? So let's understand the core philosophy. So this is a powerful Ganesh Vandana, invocation of Lord Ganesh, that presents profound Vedantic wisdom. As I mentioned in an earlier video, you need to remember this is a symbolic representation of 7 P's: prior planning, proper planning, prior preparation prevents poor performance. Then universal consciousness, the mantra established Ganesh as not just a deity but as the supreme consciousness that pervades everything. Multi-perspective truth, the different spiritual tradition see the same ultimate reality differently, some as Brahman, some as Purush, some as Ishwar, yet all point to the same truth. True north is always same. Beyond comprehension, even the celestial beings cannot fully comprehend the infinite nature of the consciousness. Accessible through meditation, while intellectually incomprehensible, this reality can be experienced through deep meditation and yogic practice. That's how rishis and gurudevs has written books, or people who written the Vedas and Upanishad, because of their deep meditation and their own experience. And finally, the obstacle remover. As Vignaharta, remover of obstacle, this consciousness helps clear the path for spiritual and the material progress. So that's the meaning of this Vedic Aarti. Whenever you do next time, or somebody is doing Gayatri Puja at your home or in temple, now remember this meaning, and that's going to give you more benefits in a true sense. Now, from the scientific perspective, how this mantra is going to actually work for you. So, neuroplasticity. Repetitive chanting creates new neural pathways. Vibration. The Sanskrit sounds create a specific frequency pattern which help us inspire, trigger, motivate, and do the right thing. Focus. Single pointed attention while listening to this Aarti calms the default mode network. The breath regulation. Chanting naturally regulates our breathing. Stress reduction. It lowers your cortisol, activates parasympathetic nervous system. Research study, All India Institute of Medical Science, New Delhi. The mantra meditation reduces anxiety by 47%. And Harvard Medical School say meditation changes brain structure. So if you start following that, you can be one of those person who has seen 47% reduction in anxiety, and those who are able to change their brain for positive side. So these are some of the scientific perspective of chanting any mantra, any blessing mantra, any Aarti. This applies on every single mantra chanting. Now let's talk about the real life application and the problem solving, those who really apply this kind of Vedic philosophy. So from the career and professional obstacles. So problem statement is, if you are facing continuous setback, rejections, or blocks in career growth, how this Aarti is going to help you. Chanting will invoke the obstacle removing energy of Ganesha. So the awareness of proper planning, prior preparation prevents poor performance. Mental clarity is going to be awakened to identify the real problem versus the perceived ones. Most of the problems are perceived ones, they are not the real problem. So mental clarity will bring you to understand where to focus. It's going to build your confidence and remove the self-doubt. It's going to attract the opportunities and the supportive people who is going to help you. Real example, a software engineer stuck at the same position for 5 years started daily morning chanting of this mantra. Within 3 months, he gained clarity about his skill gaps, enrolled in a certification program, received a promotion offer from another company. This mantra didn't magically create the job, but it removes the mental blockage, fear of the change, and now the person is enjoying his life with the new job title and the money. So anybody can do that. Okay, now let's talk about the other problem we normally face in the life: relationship conflicts and the loyalty issues. The problem statement is the trust issues, betrayal, or inability to maintain the loyal relationship. How this Aarti is going to help? This Aarti and its true intent is going to connect you to the universal consciousness that sees all perspective, like Kalash Pujan. Develop the wisdom to discern genuine from the toxic relationship. So you will always focus on the genuine relationship. It creates the inner peace that attracts the loyal person around you. And it removes the ego-based conflict. Most of the quarrel, divorce happen because of the ego. It's going to remove that. So real example, a business partner feeling betrayed by colleagues began chanting this Aarti mantra. Rather than immediate external change, which is not going to happen, she experienced an internal shift, recognizing her own contribution to conflicts and then developing compassion. This changed her energy, and gradually relationship healed or naturally dissolved without bitterness. So this can also help anyone who is looking for this kind of help. Some of the practical examples from the Bollywood. Amitabh Bachchan's famous comeback story. The situation was the crisis in the late 1990s or early 2000. Amitabh Bachchan faced his darkest period in his lifetime. His company ABCL Amitabh Bachchan Corporation Limited went bankrupt, more than 90 crore debt. Several close friends and colleagues distanced themselves. Industry insiders wrote him off as finished. Trust was broken with multiple business partners. He felt betrayed by those he helped during his peak. Spiritual shift. Amitabh has openly discussed his deep connection to Lord Ganesha worship and daily prayers. He maintains a temple at Jalsa, his home, and starts every day with prayer. During this crisis period, he intensified his spiritual practice. As a result, the transformation, instead of becoming bitter, he chose introspection. He recognized ego-driven decisions in business ventures. He developed discrimination, which is Vivek, about relationship. He found loyal supporters like Yash Chopra, who has stood by him. Kaun Banega Crorepati since 2000 became his comeback vehicle. Even as of now, we're talking on November 2025, is flourishing. What is the end result? Because of this mantra philosophy, his spiritual practice didn't remove the external obstacles immediately. It removed his internal attachment to the past glory and the impact because of failure. Today he is more successful and maintains genuine relationship and learn to discern loyalty from the opportunity. It's a very famous example. And then of course, as an action item, do whatever it takes to repeat this Aarti on a daily basis, keeping in mind the true philosophy and the repetition. And one of the book I would recommend is The Biology of Belief, because many people don't believe that this thing is going to work. And so Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton is going to give you scientific explanation of how thoughts and vibrations affect the reality. It will bridge ancient mantric wisdom with modern epigenetics. So read this book, and then of course if you have any questions about my own experience, feel free to contact me through email rahul@gmail.com or write comment on this video. And again, there's a lot of list of books towards the end. You can always do that. This mantra or any mantra will open the door, but you must walk through them. Efforts has to be done by you. It removes the obstacle, but you must take the action. It provides the wisdom, but you must apply it. The obstacle is not outside, it's the accumulated conditioning, fear, and limited thinking within. When that dissolves, the path becomes clear, as you see in the example of Amitabh Bachchan. Thank you, everyone.